Howdy.
Oh,
Welcome to Marginal at Best. Meh. We've been fighting for something to talk about. Not really, but
yeah, we can
we
we
run our
can
mouths.
babble for hours about nothing.
Yeah, well, before we get into what we were just talking about, which, Deadpool, um, the inconceivable evening with Carrie Yules was insane. That was
That was
that was
awesome.
neat. Can't wait to do. I can't wait to do. Like I said, we got the Jay Leno concert coming up. We got the Alton Brown coming up. We got Animaniacs in concert coming up.
Yep.
Plus Dragon Con. We're doing Dragon Con here soon. Dragon Con's next on the agenda. That'll be fun. But the inconceivable evening with with Carrie Yules, and I hope I'm saying his last name right. Is it
Ellis.
Yules? Ellis?
Ellis.
What? Ellis?
Ellis. Yeah. Look it up.
No.
Ellis. Ellis. The W comes after the L.
Elwes.
ELWES. Ellis.
Ellis. Oh, okay. Anyway, it was fun. Never been to a movie theater. I mean, yeah, back in the day when I did do a Rocky Horror Picture Show, that was dating
And
us a lot.
that's what it reminded me of. A clean
Yeah.
version of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, there was no dancing. There was no throwing bread.
No throwing toilet paper or rice or
Yeah.
spray bottles and
Yeah.
lighting lighters or turning on flashlights and
But if you've never
sing along with
experienced
the screen.
an audience, I mean, I know when Endgame came out, there's tons of videos of people going crazy during certain scenes.
It was
But
an
it's just
audience
it's a
reaction scenes, though.
yeah reaction. These people, this crowd was quoting the movie, cheering. It was like watching a live action play on the screen. Excuse me, because you knew who was coming, and when they would show up, the place would erupt.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the bad guys showed up, they all booed. It was hilarious. It was definitely an adventure, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, and I know as some of the stuff I've looked up for Alton Brown, he does audience interactions too, so that should be pretty fun. That'll be a fun show. We'll definitely have to do that. But then Monday, we went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I got to admit, we don't go to the last movie. We thought about the last movie that we went and saw in a theater was Avengers Endgame. That's how long it's been since we've had just a desire to go see a movie in the theater, not wait for it to come out on one of the streaming platforms, but to actually drop the dough and go to the show. So it was worth every penny too. It was hilarious.
It was.
It was freaking hilarious.
Well, like I said, you'd have to watch it 2 or 3 times to catch all the little insults, snide remarks, all that stuff.
Easter eggs, anything.
Easter eggs,
yeah,
everything.
There was no way to see that movie one time and walk out going, "Oh yeah, I remember this and I remember that." Because a lot of it, it's like I told Lori on the way home, I gotta watch it again just because there was times I was laughing so hard I missed stuff.
Yes.
Do you need to go outside? Can you take puppy dog out, mother? Please? She's growling at me. And she's doing her potty dance. Or never mind, Pud's got it. No, I don't edit stuff. This is real life.
Nope.
We do it. We record it as it happens and play it as it happened.
But
No,
we were discussing before we went live about people saying this will save the MCU.
I think it will. Because
Kevin Smith.
First off,
you're quoting Kevin Smith.
Well, yeah. Well, Kevin. I don't think Kevin Smith actually said verbatim, but his entire review, when he was done reviewing the movie, or when he was done with his talk, he was basically talking about just how this movie is what everybody's been wanting, as opposed to all the woke bullshit that's out there.
Yeah, and
where
trust me,
everything has to be PC and has to do, oh, you got to have this character, you got to have this genre, or you got to have this demographic in the movie and this demographic in the movie, and you got to have this in the movie. It had nothing. It basically, it's like one of the things Kevin Smith said is that Ryan Reynolds was not afraid to make fun of himself. And he mentioned when he said he's talking, in Nice Pool. He goes, I can gently break the fourth barrier, the proposal.
proposal.
You know,
What
so again,
the?
he's not afraid to make fun of himself.
Of course, there's so many groups he insulted in this one too, so it doesn't really
Oh yeah,
matter.
no, but it was just a good movie. It was funny,
And it's R-rated. It's a Disney R-rated movie.
and it had the largest opening for an R-rated movie. Period. And I
Uh huh.
think what I read, the sixth largest opening. Period. I think that's what they said. I don't know
I'm
if that's
curious now.
it was it did over 440 million the first weekend, which is the largest for an R-rated movie. And then I think it was like number 6 on the list of highest grossing for just an opening period. And I think that's just in the US. I don't think that's worldwide, or it might be
Good
worldwide.
lord.
Could be. I don't know. I doubt it.
So the budget was 200 million estimated. Their
Yeah.
United States and Canada opening on just July 28th. Opening weekend of July 28th was 211 million. Their gross U.S. and Canada for this past week so far, 261 million. Worldwide, 545 million.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been out a week yet.
Yeah. They made their budget.
And then some. Yes.
And I will be very, very surprised if there's not another one in the future. Because they opened the door. First off, well, there's already hums. There's a few people I don't follow, but I see their posts all the time on Facebook and on YouTube. And they made a real big deal about Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade. They made a huge to do about I don't know the actress's name, but Laura Kinney's character played X-23,
Mm-hmm.
about her character, because there's a whole nother franchise in and of itself. They did an X-23 because they could really, really dig into that character. But I mean, people are going to want to see another Wolverine. I saw something where they're talking that people want to see a Deadpool Wolverine Spider-Man movie, because those three have had a ton of interactions throughout the Marvel
Yep.
comic books.
But you got to get Sony involved with that one. Because Sony owns the Spider-Man rights. Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah, money talks and bullshit walks. That's all it takes is the right amount of money on the bottom line.
True.
But it also takes the right script. That
And
was
this
something
one,
Smith talked about. Go ahead.
well, it's like Josh said. If you haven't watched Loki, you might be a little bit lost on some of the
Yeah, but that
timeline
was only
stuff.
part of it. But
That's
that
only part of it,
wasn't.
though. Once
I mean,
you
yeah,
got past that, got into the story, it's hilarious.
once
You
you
didn't
got the
need it.
crux of the TVA, which that was the thing, they never really got into what the TVA is.
No.
But the time variance, agency. But once you got past the fact that, and they did touch in on the fact that he used Cable's time machine and went back in time and changed some stuff. So that's kind of what got him where he's at. But still, it's like I was trying to explain to Lori some stuff about like the patch where Wolverine was wearing the eye patch. Like you talked about the Berserker Wolverine from the future where he lost one of his hands. And then going into Chris Evans's, Johnny Storm. Just, being a comic book nut, I have backstories for a lot of the characters. It's like I didn't realize that was Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Yeah.
He was okay. I like the Gambit from the Wolverine movie, the X-Men Origins Wolverine. I like that I like that Gambit. I really did. I thought he was a better Gambit.
Trying to remember his name. Played John Carter also. Crap.
I have no idea. I didn't see that one. But anyway, I like that Gambit. No, and I'll give credit where credit's due. They kept it comic book right with his outfit.
Yep.
They made the Gambit in the movie was straight out of the comic book. And that was kind of cool. And also the way he controlled the cards.
Yep.
Being able to make them detonate later, after he launched them, he could detonate them whenever. So that was
Taylor
cool.
Kitsch.
Who?
Taylor Kitsch. That's his name.
The one who played it in Wolverine?
He played Gambit in Wolverine.
Yeah. I thought that was a good iteration. I thought that was a good interpretation of Gambit. I liked it.
And it brought back
and the one that
Sabretooth, the original Sabretooth.
Yeah.
From the first X-Men movie. Maine.
Tyler Mane. Yeah.
And the original Toad.
Yeah. And the guy who played Pyro.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron something. He's going to be at Dragon Con, by the way. Oh, speaking of Dragon Con, Walter Koenig? Nuclear Wessel? Yeah, he's going to be there.
Yeah, but he's coming to Dragon Friday Con. Or just Saturday only?
I don't know. It didn't say. Because
John Cleese is going to be there Saturday, and I won't be there Saturday.
Yeah, he is. Saturday and Sunday.
Bite me.
Not my fault. I told you to take time off. You won't take time off.
Can't take time off.
Oh, yeah, you can. That place will still be standing if you ain't there.
We know John Cleese was coming.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, that place will still be standing.
John Cleese, though.
Yep. But anyway, no, I said I thought the movie was awesome. I think it was hilarious from beginning to end. It was right up there with what you expect from a Deadpool movie. But then you throw in, I saw something that made me giggle. So there's been 19 different actors to play Superman. Okay. And that's TV, movies, the whole schmear. There's been, I think they said it was 8 or 9 different actors have played Batman.
Yep.
They had 3 different people play Spider-Man.
Actually, more than that.
Just in the movies.
Okay. Just in movies.
Because like when they talked about the Superman, the picture literally showed like Dean Cain and Tom Welling.
We're talking about TV shows then also.
Well, this just for what this meme was. It said 19 Superman, I think 9 Batman, 3 Spider-Man, 1 Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was looking it up. This is the 10th time he's played Wolverine now.
Yeah.
Do you know the shortest time?
That was X-Men. What was it? First Class?
First Class.
That's where they walk into the bar and he tells them to fuck off.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
But it still technically counts as a Wolverine scene. So.
And I would say this character has enriched him nicely.
Oh, yes.
Not like they
Now,
need
has
it,
it,
but
true. Now, has it typecast him a little bit? Yeah, maybe.
no, not at all.
Now, he's done some other stuff, but everybody looks at him and
Dude,
goes,
I'll
Wolverine.
tell you a movie that he did that I thought was phenomenal was The Prestige.
Yep,
Him and Christian
yep.
Bale. Um, dang it. Oh, that's the one with that had dang it, the singer. I can't think of his name. Just completely left my David Bowie.
Bowie
David
as
Bowie's in that
Tesla,
movie.
as Nikola
Yeah,
Tesla.
yeah. That was a cool movie. I like that movie.
I'm
It was
sorry,
just cool.
one of my favorite Hugh Jackman movies where he's not Wolverine. You actually don't see him, you hear him. You mock my pain?
Yeah,
Flushed away.
yeah.
It's
That was
awesome.
good. That was a funny movie too.
With Ian McKellen,
Yeah.
because he was the voice of the Toad.
You think about, I mean, that's like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart have done a ton of stuff besides the X-Men movies.
Oh, they've
They've
done all
been
kind of
together.
plays, live plays, and all kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, Hugh Jackman has been, I mean, he goes on Broadway all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done Broadway a lot.
Because I was trying to
But
remember, like, one of the first times I ever saw Patrick Stewart. First movie you ever
Star
saw
Trek.
that you didn't realize you saw him in.
No, that's the first time I remember seeing him was Star Trek The Next Generation.
First time I remember seeing him. I saw him on Star Trek. Went, oh crap! It's that guy. Excalibur,
Oh,
the
that's a
movie.
lot. Well, dude, the people who were in Excalibur.
But it was long
Yeah, you're
before
talking.
Star Trek Next Generation. And so
Oh,
when
that
it
was a
first came on,
long time ago.
well, I didn't know his name. They were talking about, Patrick Stewart as, Jean-Luc Picard. I'm like, who? And they come on, I'm like, hey, that's the dude from Excalibur. But Ian McKellen, the first time I ever saw him, is a movie from the 80s called The Keep. It is
Never saw
very
it.
young Ian McKellen.
Watch is like watching you. What was it? We were. Oh, there's a commercial came on with Dana Lash in it for Super Beats, and it's like I told Lori, I said that's a young Dana Lash. That's an old commercial, but it's funny to see it. That's like if you go back and watch, if you watch the first Iron Man, you see how young John Favreau looked, and
Oh, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow, and all those people. You look at that one, and you're like, ooh. It's like, what is it? Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Chris
Oh,
Evans?
awesome movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you look at that Chris Evans versus what's Chris Evans now. You know?
Oh, what was the movie
That's
he
just like
was
if you
in?
see like if you watch Thor, the very first Thor movie, and then you watch Endgame, it doesn't even look like the same person.
No, no.
It does not even look like the same actor in those movies. That's like they show you see a bunch of pictures of Jason Momoa when he was young.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to do like it looks like I don't know what they were, but they look like those stupid after school special movies, you know?
I
Where you're like,
remember
don't
Chris
do
Evans
drugs,
from,
kid. Don't do drugs, you know.
you've seen Chris Evans in Not Another Teen movie, haven't you?
No.
A parody of all those little teen coming of age movies.
Oh, I know what they are. I mean, I know the movie.
It's hilarious. He's the one trying to get the difficult girlfriend. She don't want to give him the time of day, but he's trying everything he can. My favorite scene, the whole thing, is from the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, where Heath Ledger's character, his girlfriend, or the girl he's trying to woo, some type of sports class or whatever, it's out in the stadium. He gets on the intercom system and starts singing to her. I think it's Van Morrison song. I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, so in their version of Not Another Teen Movie, the girl he's trying to get, her name is Janie. So he picks up the intercom at the stadium and starts singing Aerosmith's "Janie Got a Gun." And while he's singing it, you see security come out there and body tackle her, and she's standing there going, "Wait, what? What?" And then when they body tackle her, and you see him go, "Oh!" When he put the mic down and run.
Nope. Not me. I ain't singing to
he,
nobody.
so he did. Actually,
If
he did a
mother
lot of
ever asked
stuff.
me to sing, if that'd be one of the things where if mother said sing to me or I'm gone, I'd be like, well, you want me to help you pack?
Well, that's nice knowing you, dear. Bye. You don't
I'll
know.
I'll I'll play something on the radio for you.
I can give you the
Here,
love
listen
boat
to this
thing. That's
Eagles.
about it.
Yeah, listen to this Eagles CD and leave me alone. I don't sing.
What have you got? Weird Al sings. What do you want?
Yeah, got my parody. Speaking of that, I don't know if I can.
That's the
I
best
don't
you
know if
get
I
out of me.
can pan up. Yeah, see the CDs now?
Oh
My
yeah,
Wallow CD.
I
That's
got
not even
all
all
that
of them.
new space to fill up now.
Yeah, I can't wait. I actually already got stuff coming. Already got.
You're
I
starting
got
to
to
run
build
out of
more
lumber to build
shelves.
shelves, aren't you?
Yeah, I buy lumber. I can buy shelves. Oh, there's so many new pops coming. I just like I'm like ooh. They did a whole. They actually did. They've done some. I'm just. It's one of those things where it's like I want to order stuff, but I hold off because if I order enough, I get free shipping. So I'm holding off so I can get free shipping. But they got it some new 89 Batmans. One of them is the Joker when he's holding the teeth and he's wearing the glasses.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a guy with glasses, would you?
Yes, would you?
But yeah, Deadpool was great. It was just a great movie. And like I said, they left the door wide open to do a sequel or to do
Oh
not even
Lord,
really
yeah.
a sequel. That's another, and now it falls into that category of, when they do and I always reference Back to the Future because I thought Back to the Future was the best trilogy ever written and ever filmed as it pertains to boom, boom, boom movies. Now, yeah, you can sit there and go Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, but I'm talking about just to where they're literally are so intertwined with each other. The films, every every bit of that movie, you can you don't get lost if you watched them. You know everything that's going on,
Yeah.
and like Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, those were good, and
Well,
I put
it
them up there. But
with Back to
trilogy
the
wise,
Future. Well, with Back to the Future, all right. So, like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, all those, they're linear. They're one direction only, time wise. But Back to the Future, they jump time back and forth so much, but you can see where they cross each other so much.
and you don't get, like I said, you don't get lost.
No, you don't get lost. No.
And see, I've never seen any Harry Potter movie. I've never seen any Lord of the Rings movie. I've never read any Harry Potter book. The only Lord of the Rings, if you want to even call it, I don't even know if it's even part of that mythos, is The Hobbit.
Yeah, it is long
And
before the
the
Fellowship.
only Hobbit I ever watched and I ever will watch was the animated Hobbit.
Oh, the Ralph Bakshi Hobbit. Yeah.
That's the Hobbit to me. That's just it's a cool animated movie. It was creepy, it was funny, it was cool. And I never really cared about any of that like Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, any of that bullshit. It's like, oh, you'd like it. Yeah, maybe. But, you know, like with anything else, your tastes change. And I've always liked comic book superhero movies. The only other, and I would say I can't really call it a trilogy because there was four of them, but Lethal Weapon. I thought the Lethal Weapon movies were great. I thought they just kind of, now the third one and the fourth one, yeah, I think they were kind of just stretching it out.
Well, it's kind of like
But the
the Indiana
first and
Jones
second one,
trilogies.
yeah, but the Indiana Jones,
The
they
first
just
three. The first three.
the Temple of Doom sucked balls. That
It
was not a
sucked,
good
but
movie.
it's in that same linear progression, though.
Yeah, but that one you could take that one away. Just that one just sucked. That one was so
But
stupid.
Dan Aykroyd was in it.
I don't care. It was just a shitty movie. The
Did
the
Spielberg
first
do
one
that one?
and the Last Crusade, huh?
Did Spielberg do that one?
I don't know, but you're gonna sit there and say like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull or whatever the fuck that mess up
No,
was.
no, no,
Oh
no,
my god.
no,
I haven't seen the
no.
Dial of Destiny.
Nope, not gonna watch it.
But
No.
I watched that Crystal Skull one, and the only cool thing about that was when they got attacked by giant ants and they carried a dude and snapped him in half, pulling him into the anthill. Other than that, the rest of the movie sucked.
So bad. I think I've seen it, but I don't remember seeing it all.
Like I said, they were fighting
That's how.
giant ants.
That's how. You like remember so many scenes from Last Crusade. It's got some of the best lines in it. Also,
Oh yeah,
I don't remember much from Crystal Skull at all.
Dr. Jones. Yes, but the three Deadpool movies have all. It's gotten better. The first
Yes.
one was good. The second one was better. This one now is better than the first and the second one.
Well, that was one of the things I was reading about when they were making it. Disney wanted to give them a huge budget, and Ron Reynolds said, "No, no, 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 no. Take that back down to a more reasonable level. We didn't get this way by having all these big budget special effects. We got this way by not having the money and having to
Yeah,
think of impressive dialogue and impressive ways, or new ways to do things.
yeah.
And that's where we need to be. We don't need to start throwing all kind of extra special effects, extra props, and all this other crap at it. Just what you need for the story."
But some of the best things though is the way that he just throws caution to the wind when it comes to what's happening. It's like when Colossus and Juggernaut fight. The first thing he says is, "Here comes big CG fight coming up."
Exactly.
It's just the stupid things like that. That's just like when they and even Kevin Smith referenced it. The comic accurate Wolverine that jumped off the stool. That was
That's
hilarious.
still one of the funniest scenes. But
And
what the
I don't know if
soundtrack?
you oh, the soundtrack, yeah. It's right up there with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it was a James Gunn when he was talking to Michael Rosenbaum on Inside of You. And Rosenbaum asked him about the how to pick the songs or how do you do that for the songs. And it's like Gunn said, the songs are actually integral to the movie because they set the scene, but then they're also dialogue.
Yeah.
So depending on what song goes along with the scene. And I know that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman did a thing with Gordon Ramsay and they were talking about the soundtrack. And everybody, I mean, even when Gordon Ramsay sits there and says the movie had a killer soundtrack, you kind of go, okay, it might have a good soundtrack because, Gordon Ramsay knows food, but how much into music is he? But yeah, that was, playing Hell's Bells while they're fighting. That was cool.
Oh, I don't know. The fight scene with Madonna playing in the background, and that was one of the things. I was watching an interview about it with Ron Reynolds. He really wanted Madonna's "Like a Prayer" in a fight scene, and he said, "Why?" He said, "Why not?"
Yeah. I don't know. Bye, 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 bye. Was it In Sync? when he's beating the
You
shit out of
see,
everybody with bones.
you're talking about music now. I never really listened to. So Backstreet, NSYNC, all them. I couldn't tell you who's who or what it sounds
I
like.
never listened to him. I just thought that was hilarious.
That was
That
hilarious.
whole scene where he's just beating the shit out of everybody with bones, with that playing in the background, he's dancing to it. Oh, and we were talking about how many takes it probably took to do the dog pool, where the
Yeah.
dog's just licking him. Somebody posted a blooper of nice pool, Deadpool, Wolverine, and the dog just sitting there just licking, and it just gets to a point, and all of a sudden, Reynolds can't hold it anymore, and as soon as he can't hold it, Jackman can't hold it, and then the guy playing nice pool can't hold it, so all three of them just lose it because the dog just.
Britain's
But
ugliest dog, Peggy.
Lori said Ellen's got one of those dogs,
Really?
right? Yeah. Said tongue and all. Said tongue hanging out and everything. My God, poor dog.
What are they
And I told
called?
Put, what is it? You remember what kind of dog it is? Ugly.
Ugly? Yeah.
It's not a Yorkie. Yorkies are cute.
It's 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 a Yorkie
You're
after a
gonna get
very
your ass
bad
kicked
week.
by Pud. You call that thing a Yorkie like Chewy. Are you looking it up?
I'm gonna see if they list the type of dog.
Oh, they'll have to.
Well, all they talked about was the name of the dog. All right.
It's a cross between. It says she's a 6-month-old at the time. She was the runt of an accidental litter. Peggy was named after Middleton's great grandmother. She is a crossbreed between a pug and a Chinese crested dog, also known as a puggies.
Really?
That's what it says. Is what breed of dog was in Deadpool 3. Yeah, it's a mix of she's a pug mixed with Chinese crested. Ugly ass dog, what it was. It's the tongue. It's the damn tongue hanging out the whole
It's,
time.
it is.
Oh, and one other thing Kevin Smith said real quick was he was talking. He said that he went to see, when he went and saw it at the theater, and one of the people that he bumped into while at the theater was the gentleman who directed Grease. And he said he directed Blue Lagoon. So he directed a ton of stuff. But he directed the original Grease with Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. And he was in the same row as Ryan Reynolds or
Yeah.
as Kevin Smith. They were sitting in the same row. And when the song came on, the one that I want
Yeah.
from Grease, he looked over and hollered at the dude. Dude looked back and smiled. He said, then after the movie, they met in the lobby. And he goes, what an awesome thing to see that something you did 30, 40 years ago is still getting referenced now.
Randall Kleiser.
Yeah. But the fact that that movie was done so long ago, but that song was referenced and played in the new movie. He goes, how cool is that? So, yeah, just if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. We haven't spoiled anything.
Holy crap.
Trust me.
The Randall Kleiser.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the other stuff he's directed also.
Like I said, Grease, Blue Lagoon.
Oh no, when I tell you
He
some of those, you'll go, what the? All right. Fly the Navigator.
Yep.
Big Top Pee Wee. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
And I Blew Up the Kids also. He's done some thrillers, some kind of darker stuff also. But yeah,
But yeah, he directed Grease, and
Flat Navigator. Yeah.
they used one of the songs from Grease and Deadpool, which was hilarious.
Well, Deadpool used a lot of music.
Yeah, it did. It was a great movie.
But you.
I coughed. Anyway.
I would like to go see it in the theater. I think when Rodney gets in town, we'll probably take him to see it in theater also.
Go see it again?
Yeah.
Well, you have to.
One, so I can see, so I can catch some of the other stuff, but also see his reaction to watching it.
I said it was hilarious. Oh, and apparently the whole Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes didn't like each other was just bullshit. Because they said after Blade 3 Trinity that something happened between the two of them and they didn't like each other or they hated each other. Apparently that was all bullshit. Somebody made it up and they just let it go. So I really hope that we see a lot more now that Marvel has most of the rights to their characters. And
they still have all of Spider-Man and Venom and all them yet, do they?
Yeah, no, but I mean,
it's a matter of time. All it is a matter of time.
But the thing is the Spider-Man movies, I thought they've all been good. They've all had their little niche, and I thought they were all good. But the fact that they've been able to take the characters like they have and actually make good movies with them because they got good stories and good scripts and good acting, and it's not just, they're actually paying homage to the actual characters and what the characters are supposed to be about. Yeah. And they're not just putting them in a movie and hoping. It's like, because that was one thing Kevin Smith talked about was how, Batman basically, the 1989 Batman basically set the template for what a superhero movie is supposed to be. Batman and the original Superman with Christopher Reeves. The first one.
The first
Those two movies basically set the mold for what you should do with a superhero movie. And nobody really did that during the 80s and 90s. They were just putting shit out. Like Daredevil, Elektra, Punisher, God, what was some of the other ones? Well, it's like even the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans I thought were good. I mean, the third one sucked. The third, because they basically just fucked Venom as a character. I mean, they completely fucked Venom as a character. And the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans, they're okay. They're not bad. I mean, they're not horrible. I mean, I would watch them. But like I said, when you actually have people who care about, because it's like when that whole thing about Icons that was on, and they talked about Marvel, how they literally took people who knew the characters and had them involved in the actual production of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not to make them so perfectly comic book accurate, but to make them more accurate to where they were doing the movie justice, but doing the comic book justice.
Right.
And that's where DC keeps fucking up. Because they're just trying to throw shit together and it's not really working. So, but Marvel seems to have mastered it. So,
well, again, we've discussed this before many times. Marvel does a better job with live action movies than DC does. But DC's animation is far ahead of Marvel animation.
But then Marvel really doesn't do animated movies. They do all live action.
They do show. They try some shows and stuff like that, but I mean, they tried a few. They just didn't. Or what they've done is they've done more kiddie style shows with them.
And see, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles Morales as Spider-Man, which is a great story and it was a great little movie. And Josh, the second one was even better, which I still haven't seen it. Those are good, but those are the only ones they got out. Everything else is live action. And if it can be done right, they should do a Miles Morales Spider-Man. But like I said, it had to be done right.
Find the right actor for it and everything. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing would be just finding the right story to go with to show like they did everything else. Make sure that there's a good, because it's like Doctor Strange. I thought Doctor Strange was probably one of the best outside of the original Iron Man. When they did an origin story, I thought the Doctor Strange version of the origin story was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good because you really felt for the guy. Yeah, he was a prick. He was an arrogant asshole, but then you felt for him, So, but anyway.
Well, actually, they stayed pretty close to Captain America's origin story, also.
Yeah, and again, it was a good one, but I think Doctor Strange. I like the Doctor Strange origin better than the Captain America.
Yeah.
Even though it was still true to the character and still true to the comics, I still thought the Doctor Strange, the way they did it, was better because they really got into it. Because not too many people know who Doctor Strange is. They don't know who the character, the comic book character, Doctor Strange. Everybody knows Captain America. Yeah, that's right up there with Superman.
But of all the characters and stuff they could have gone with, of all the different, I mean, how many different characters does Marvel own? How many different, groups, team ups, all that stuff, and they make Shang-Chi.
That's not even getting that. That hurts your head.
Oh, and I'd never heard of it. I'd probably had it at one point. I never pay attention to it.
No, I've heard the comic book. I've seen the comic book. I never read the comic book because it wasn't my type. I wasn't into that kind. I wasn't into the martial arts comic books.
Call it the Eternals. I knew more about the Inhumans than I did the Eternals.
Yeah, but they tried to do some shitty Inhumans thing I never watched.
On TV, yeah, they screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, so. But, I don't know.
Let's have to see where they go
there's
with
so many properties out there that don't need movies, So.
Like what? Name a few, please.
The hell was that one? Power Pack? That was a stupid comic book. I can't really say anything bad about the New Mutants. X-Force, the comic, was okay, but it was just one of those where Cyclops got pissed off and left and started his own group. And then there was Excalibur, where Nightcrawler was the leader. There were so many different offshoots of the X-Men.
X-Force.
So that's like we were talking about the Avengers. And we'll close with this. we were talking about Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom. How they're going to try and revamp the Avengers. What Avengers are going to be in the movie for Avengers Doomsday. It's like I was trying to explain to Mother. The Avengers branched out into so many different sub-Avenger groups. You had West Coast Avengers. You had New Avengers. They tried to branch it off. That's like with Fantastic Four. When Ben Grimm lost his ability to turn into the thing, they put She-Hulk in Fantastic Four. Spider-Man was part of the Avengers. Spider-Man was part of the X-Men. Hell, Wolverine was an Avenger at one point.
Yep.
So. But there's so many, because, you guys sit there and think, okay, well, if you watched WandaVision, then you know that there's a white Vision out there now.
Yep.
I'm being attacked
by
a
what I was reading about was they're going to try to come out with a Defenders movie. And the white Vision is going to be part of the Defenders.
See, that's another one, Defenders, but which Defenders are we talking? You talking
Same.
Luke Cage, Iron Fist.
Yep.
Jessica Jones.
Iron Fist, Jessica Jones. Valkyrie was part of Defenders at one point.
The Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
was there.
which they teased the Black Knight at the end of the Eternals.
But again, that's
Yeah.
But if you're going to do something like that, you better get the people that did. And I'm talking like the James Gunn, who James Gunn's no longer in Marvel; he's in DC now. You need to get the James Gunn person that's going to do for that group what James Gunn did to Guardians.
Yeah. Or kind of like the Zack Snyder edit of the Justice League.
Justice League.
Infinitely better than what they released in the theater.
Well, that's because you actually knew what the fuck was going on.
Right.
It wasn't just so stupidly like just cut and pasted together. It's like, oh, here's this, here's this, here's this. Well, where the hell did that come from? But it's like DC. I mean, DC's got so many damn properties, they could go crazy. But anyway. All right, let's stop there. We've reached the magical 45-minute mark.
Until our next rant.
So, yeah, until next time. You can catch us on Marginal at Best. You can find it on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, X. And that's about where I put it. If you're looking for good looking cheesecakes, look up Kelster 245 on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I made a caramel cheesecake. Oh, Pud gave me another. I'll show you this one here in a second. Cheesecake that I'm going to do in a minute, and then when I get done with this one first, a peach one. I'm going to do a peach cheesecake.
Oh,
yeah, not just peach on top. Peach.
You're still saving me a piece of the caramel one, right?
Oh yeah, it's still in the fridge. It's waiting on you. I'm gonna have me a piece when we get done with this. Matter of fact. But yeah, catch us, whenever you can. Give us a like, give us a share. Spread the word. This is episode 21, so we're 21 in. 4 more when we reach an anniversary date. So that's what we're shooting for. And until next time.
Sharktopus!
Sharktopus.
We gotta talk about that one.
We still gotta talk about Sharktopus.
Yes, we do.
Yep. So until next time, we're out. See you.
Don't miss the start of the hostilities, Bat fans. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel.